Hi everyone, it's Sue with Ully Cat's Designs and Ully Cat's World blog, and I'm here today with another video for Relatively Thoughtful and their digital papers. I'm going to be using the Royal Navy Heritage Collection. It has lots of wonderful blues and sepia tones to it. I'm doing this card for Father's Day. I'm also going to be using some Karen Burniston dies, so I will be using the largest two rectangles from the Rectangles and Labels crosshatch set. I'm going to be using the boat pop-up along with the cruise ship add-ons so that we can get a bit of a naval ship. I'm also going to be using the thank you and the thank you shadow dies, the Happy Father's Day die, greeting labels, and here's our card base. Now on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, I printed out, this piece is 10 5/8 by 7.5. So when you fold it in half, you've got a 5 1/4 by 7.5 inch card. And inside I've cut two of the largest crosshatch rectangles and put inside. And then I took this metallic sort of silvery blue marker to color in the fold section. And now we're going to glue on the next layer of papers. And one of the cool things about digital papers is that you can print like one layer or several layers designs onto 65-pound lightweight cardstock, but then you can print on just regular printer paper designs so that your cards don't get too heavy if you're going to mail them. I'm just butting up this edge with the edge of the blue stripe paper, and that's our card base decorated. Now the ship has a lot of pieces to it, and I've put some of the decorator dies onto the ship base and onto the cabin area. For this part, we just need to glue that tab like that, and we'll let that dry. Next, we'll put in the U supports that prop up the deck, and they have little tabs underneath them. Working the tab through and unfolding that edge, and that's what's going to keep our boat together. Well, you don't have to glue that. I just like to glue it to make it a little sturdier. And then we need to note that there's a big end and a little end. The little end is the bow or front of the boat. So we have our deck end, and now we'll work on the cabin piece. I'm actually going to put the smokestack together and add that before we glue our cabin on. One of the things I like to do is just add a little detail, and then I'll take a pencil or a pen or something and just kind of roll it around to get it some roundness. And all we have to do is kind of work that in, and there we have our cabin bit. So now these tabs are going to go where these other slots are. And then what we can do is we can add a little glue behind the tabs, and then if we squish it, the tabs will be adhered. So there's our little Navy ship. So I want to decorate my card front and my card back before I glue in the ship, because that will make it bulky, and this way I can do things flat. So this is my decoration for the back, and because I've used the thin paper, I'm going to use some double-sided tape. One of my tricks for using double-sided tape is to leave the tails on so that you can get a little bit of centering done. One of my favorite tricks for doing individual letters is to lay them out on my grid board and then take a piece of paper sticky tape, and then I can just put glue on the back of those. And there we have thank you for your service. So here's our basic layout for the inside. I haven't glued anything down. And here's what our naval ship looks like. Kind of classic World War II style. And here's our card for Navy men on Father's Day. So thank you for your service. We've got our naval ship, and happy Father's Day. Plenty of space for private messages. I hope you got some inspiration from this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.